Today we're going to talk about prep work. Hey guys, Tom here, and this is Not So Average Builder. And like I said, we're going to work on prepping. But I want to take a moment to say, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. You just hit the little subscribe button and make sure you ring the little bell that pops up to be notified when the next video drops. Talk about my Patreon real quick. I have two Patreons right now, and they are Fiddlesworth Frank and Christopher Despensia. And I want to say thank you to you two for being my Patreons. And I do have a Patreon page, if you guys want to check that out. It is patreon.com/notsoaveragebuilder. It's a way to help me to be able to do bigger projects and more projects at once. But without further ado, let's get cracking. Prepping parts is a crucial part to allowing paint to adhere to your kits. When these parts are molded, they have a release agent that allows them to come out of the mold. Because if not, there would be pieces or chunks of the plastic that would stick. So it's good that they've done this. But if you want to paint any of this, paint is not going to want to stick, because that's what that release agent's job is to do, is to prevent things from sticking to it. So you need to wash that off. Now I know people who have done many kits and they've not had any paint adhesion problems, but the one time that you don't wash your kits will be that one time that you have a large problem. It's a simple thing. You just need some Dawn dish soap if you're in the States. I'm not sure if it's over in the UK or other parts of the world, but just a general degreaser, something that you would use for your dishes. We'll remove this because they remove oil-based coatings, and that's what a release agent is. So you just simply get a toothbrush, which I've got this one right here, a little dirty, but it's okay. You'll take your soapy water and scrub, and then you just let it air dry, and that will allow the primer to stick to the parts easily. You just want to make sure you do this thing. It's simple, it's inexpensive, it is a tad bit time consuming, especially if you have a ton of parts, but it will save you a bunch of headache. Now these parts, or these types of parts, are a little different, much shinier, and you see why. This is a plated part. Now this needs to be treated a little differently. This needs to have some sort of concoction. I'm using simple green to remove the gold coating. You can use bleach, brake parts cleaner, or not brake parts cleaner, brake fluid, purple power, and there's a couple other ones in other countries that you can use. I will try and find a list and put it in the description below. But this plating has to be removed first before the washing process, because there's still a release agent, but they've anodized, or not anodized, but basically superheated metal on top of a coating, a wet coating, and it allows it to, it vaporizes metal, essentially. That's what I'm trying to say. And then that vaporized metal is then put onto these parts to give them that chrome effect. Looks terrible. I give them A for effort, but this stuff needs to be removed first. So you'll need like some sort of concoction like this. Now if you're, a young one, make sure that you have a parent's supervision before you start messing around with chemicals, because even though these are safer chemicals, it's still a chemical and I don't want you to get burned. So it's just simple, have your parents help you with this. But I've just got, I don't know if you can see it in there, if you can't, let's move this closer, there we go. A couple of parts just soaking in there just to test it out. I've tried purple power, it didn't work on this kit, but it may work on other kits. Simple green did pretty decent on these. It wasn't perfect, but it did the job. But then once you get the plating removed, it's just a simple same process of washing these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and wash and get these parts primed, so that way it's one less thing that I have to worry about, and then we can worry about the color choice. Oh, one other thing, the winning color choice was, drum roll, number 5. If that wasn't already obvious. That was pretty much a unanimous, everybody wants that. We are going to use Secret Weapon Miniatures rubber. We're going to use tire black and a couple of other coatings. I don't remember. Let me see. Let me get the spoon. It was the lighter to darker aspect, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. It was primarily lighter colors to a darker color. You had the black down here. This was the tire black, which was a little darker. And then we had rubber and rubber highlight. So I'd say a majority of this is going to be rubber with a lot of rubber black or tire black mixed in, because these colors are amazing. I love the flatness that they give. So I think these are going to be the main colors. I'll end up having to order more because these are smaller bottles, but I'm okay with that. But yes, number 5 was the winner. Yay! I'm kind of excited. And just remember, you guys were the one that helped me pick that. That was you. All of you. Even you, Phil. Yeah, you. Let me get these washed and we'll be ready for primer. Okay, so I've decided to keep this video kind of short. It is very, very simple to prep your parts, minus the primer. Like it saves you a whole lot of headache and a whole lot of hassle and a whole lot of worry from your paints not sticking. It helps the adhesion a whole lot. And like I said, you just need regular dish soap, something that can remove oil-based solvents or oil-based materials. So you would need an oil-based solvent. No, just kidding. You'd need something, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but you need something that'll eat grease or tackle grease, because that's basically what that release agent is a type of grease. We'll call it Gundam butter. That's what we'll call it, or plastic butter for namesake purposes. And if there's something out there called plastic butter, I didn't know, so don't sue me. But yes, it makes the world of difference. The next time you see these parts, they will not be this god-awful. They look yellow on camera from what I can see, but they will be a nice deep gray and ready for painting. I'm so excited. So I think that the next week's video will be something different. It may not be strike related. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to work on this thing throughout the week. Just a ton of stuff going on family wise, but I've got it separated. You've got your right leg, you got your left leg if the Gundam is looking at you. That's another thing, like these parts are all, like stuff for the left leg and the right leg are all the same, but it's always good to have them separated out just in case something fits better or whatnot. They're supposed to be identical parts, but you never know. And I can do a video on how to make one of these. It was super easy. It was just, I took my old real grade Freedom box and cut up some cardboard into strips, glued them puppies in there, and now I have a cat tree. Well, a scratch thing. But you can get these at Walmart or whatnot. I'm gonna guess for a whole lot cheaper. This was kind of a pain in the butt to make. I only wanted to make it because I didn't really want to buy it. But after I made one, it is easier to buy it. There are some things in this industry that are way easier to buy than to build. This being one of them. It's not flat at all, no matter how many times I tried to get it flat. So just keep that in mind if you're going to build one of these. I will do a video if you want me to, so drop a comment below if you want me to do a video on how to build one of these. If not, drop a comment and ask any questions that you have about the prep process or anything like that. If I need to go more in detail or more in depth on stripping plating, drop a comment down there below. If not, you can check out my original video, which was a fail and a half, but I did attempt to do it very well. But I think that is all that I've got today, guys. So if you have any questions, remember, drop a comment. But if not, bye.